pops out, it can really change who is going to be able to be taking that damage and who realistically is going to win this final engagement.
Yeah, you get the feeling the Fire Beavers, this is their game. I mean, there's not really a way they should lose this unless they decide to throw it away, but they have so much control of space. I mean, when you're standing in the zone and you be able to take your eyes off of other teams and do a little bit of looting, you can see great head glitches to play with. You've got the rock, the ultimate height, and you know that SAF are going to have to move first. It's just about spreading your resources now, making sure that you've got as many lines of sight onto them when they are forced inwards by that zone. Young Hong Kong, like you say, he's probably going to survive and get top 2 here, which would be great. But SAF have got work to do here. They're the team that have to make the play.
Yeah, in terms of utility, we need to see what they can throw down to try and give them any sort of advantage and just to get out. Now the circle starts to move. They're going to be forced into the water. And as long as Fire Beavers are prioritizing which target they're looking at, which player they're looking at, it should be an easy win. Again, there can still be a little bit of a spanner in the works from the solo player. Well, I'll see how this one plays out.
Okay, shots coming in from 9 Impulse as well. Shred him off that head glitch. Couple of thermites is going to start them cooking.
Whoop. Whoop.
Doesn't look like things are going to catch fire quite now, though, and all of a sudden 9 Impulse will go down, so SAF haven't crossed. Maybe, due to the smoke going down, have survived, but look at Young Hong Kong. He's like, cool, you guys fight. I'm going to pick my moment to get involved, and maybe it's going to be a little bit earlier than I would have wanted. The EMP's going to go down as well. Young Hong Kong still survives. As all teams now make their move, Fire Beavers trying to swing on SAF as they're distracted.
SAF might still have this one. Young Hong Kong does eventually get eliminated, but now it's a 2 versus 3 on the rock.
2 versus 3. Fire Beavers, though, with the ultimate high ground, but SAF with the numbers advantage. Who's going to win our first game in the regional final? Blast trying to do what he can with the charge rifle. He hasn't got any ammo with anything else, and it doesn't matter because the charge rifle can still get it done nice and close and up personal with whoever you're going up against. But SAF, a team who needed points, Dan, they get the first ones of the day.
SAF find their second.
Underneath them, but Vex need to start rotating here soon. KCP also in a pretty troublesome situation on the other side of this rock.
So 2R1C have a 50% win rate conversion from top 5 on Storm Point this season. That increases to 100% conversion when they get to top 3. So we'll have to see whether they can follow those statistics as they go into this game 2 here of regional finals. Vexed also have an impressive conversion rate from top 3 as well, and they are 2 of our teams. As for KCP, they have only had 1 victory so far on Storm Point this season, but if they're able to follow up, it would give them a great chance to try and catch up the leaders here in match number 2. As Vex just spots out one more player over towards Mill.
Unlucky doesn't have that digi, though. He's putting in a good amount of damage in this spot. KCP take to the skies. They have no other choice. They have to avoid so much of this damage here. Zane is just going to start floating right above the rest of the teams, but where are they going to land at this point? Into the line of sight of Vex. You see 2R1C that are still on top of the roof. Zane on top of the banners. Okay. Unlucky just waiting for him to drop at this point. So many of these other teams were able to get that one knock onto Serdell. There's only 1 member left of KCP here.
I was going to say Zane has to be careful how long he stays up there, but now we will see Serdell get taken down. Vex just shred through. It's 2R1C that are on the receiving end of it. Metafe gets the final confirmation onto Del as well. Vex are in a really good spot, but Unlucky just has to be careful not to take too much damage. KCP Zane actually taking down 2 members of 2R1C here.
Are you kidding me right now? Zane sneaking his way to get 2 knocks at the same time. Taffy falling incredibly low. Vex Gaming going to cover him. Tyler in a good position. He's got the digi, he's got the smokes out. Zane get wiped out finally. KCP out in 4th. 2 squads left right now. Vex versus V2. They lose out on Yolu. They lose out on Joke here. Vex Gaming come out on top as your winners for game number 2.
And Vex just improved that win rate of teams landing at Launchpad, and they start to put themselves in the question of being winners here in regional finals, because that's going to be a big game with a lot of kills and a lot of points. They're going to be closing, or you try and secure as much as possible in these final moments if you are one of those bubble teams.
Danish could cause a problem here to Vex, though. You can see the thermal mega scope, as I love to call it, on the longbow, doing some damage through the smokes. Not enough to get the knock, though. Unlucky. Tiptoeing forward. What's the next play here for Vex as the zone starts to close, though? That's the question. Are they going to get focused? The teams know that that's Vexed. Aurora trying to make some moves as well. A Sunset combines with the R99 of Cleve here to get the knock onto Young Hong Kong.
Remember, 5 points required. Top 3 would do it for Vexed. You'd imagine as Aurora now doing some damage from across. They do have the Dark Veil to work with. Members of Danish are going down here, and Danish will get eliminated. So now suddenly there's 4 squads, and Aurora have just lost one as well. It's looking good for Vex right now. 3 points away from match point.
Vex just got to eliminate or contribute to eliminating one team. Aurora taking damage. Zero goes down just to stall this fight out a few more moments. Jailings will be forced up from that low ground, pretty soon. As Jailings do poke, and the RE45 here of Nags is going to do damage. KCP collapsing onto Aurora as well. They are being pinched from so many sides. KCP and Jailings both doing damage to Aurora, but now Zane is cooking with that thermite.
Where are Vex, though? Are they going to be able to stay alive long enough to get into this top 3 and maybe even get a kill? Not lucky, goes down. There's only going to be one remaining from Vex, as KCP also losing. Vex go out in 4th. Vex have not done enough and will not be on match point.
One more game at least. Zane trying to stick the res. The zone is coming in, but the Sky Nade from Noises absolutely obliterates him as Nags now moves in. Jailings in a position to maybe win this game. The RE45 from the care package once again causing so much damage, so many problems, and it turns into an Overlook win for the Overlook dropping team in Jailings.
They had to be very patient, waiting the entire game to get any action, but when the action did unfold, Jailings were...
Tracks Jailings. They've been able to set up the perimeters on the outside of those 3 pillboxes here, too. The Zero has been called in as Alliance find an opportunity to rotate from the low ground here, unseen and unheard. Jailings maybe trying to call them out as Hawkeyes goes into Noise's line of sight.
Oh, he's going to go into the LOS, but the good thing for Hackett here is he can afford to do it. He's playing on a legend in Newcastle. He's going to have a deployable cover. He's going to be able to use the ultimate if it's available as well to give himself survivability in this situation. And that could be a big difference here. Fire Beavers, they're going to smoke out the truck, though. They want Jailings dead.
Do they have the angles is the question. They got the Digi. They see right through the smoke. See the missile swarm also coming in right here too. But Fire Beavers can't overextend here. They can't give up this ground, but they have no choice but to move forward with the circle closing in behind them.
So Jailings have actually left to move to the other side of this truck, and Fire Beavers kind of a little bit perplexed there. Question marks appearing over the top of their heads. Jailings now know where they are, and Fire Beavers now know where Jailings are as well. Noise is up on the height. They're surviving for now, but Fire Beavers are hitting some big shots.
Playing hide and seek around the side of the corner of this truck here too. Next goes incredibly low though. Noises finding the opportunity here, getting in for the reposition right underneath the lip of the rock.
A little bit of M&K action going down. Fire Beavers holding their ground for now, but Fire Beavers also being eliminated thanks to Nags. It's the controller that comes in and does the damage. Fire Beavers eliminated. Alliance eliminated. Eternal now moving on Jailings to try and close out this game. It's a 2v3 by the looks of things. Bambino, he smells blood in the water here, Vicky.
And with the comp that they're rocking here too, the fuse and the ash now as they're looking to clean up what is left of Jailings here. Bambino is a finishing blow as Eternal are your champions for game number 4.
Well, that makes things very interesting, doesn't it? Vexed, most importantly.
What a push from Vexed, it has to be said, to stay alive themselves and take down KCP and stop KCP from getting onto match point. But now suddenly, all eyes over to what can happen for the rest of this game. Bitfix Gaming still alive. Phoenix Legacy have gone down, as have GG. But Bitfix have just about managed to stay up as a 2.
Bitfix as a 2. GG have gone out as well. Jailings eliminated 2. And Bitfix now are going to have a horrible surprise as they open the trap door. And the trap door releases Aurora towards them. Aurora, who need this game. They need a big game day to qualify. They are outside of the qualification spots. They were a first place team in the previous split, but now they find themselves in a different situation, Dan, and they are turning up when they need to. And
it's looking entirely likely that no one will join Vexed on match point unless V2 were to find a victory whilst killing the rest of this lobby, because at the moment they find themselves on 40 points. Aurora doesn't look like they would get there, but they're going to be close, but now they're going to take the fight. Ranch is taking a lot of damage.
Cleve goes in to clean things up, should be able to do so, and does so, but where are the rest of the players in the lobby? Where are V2? Are they able to close the gap in time? It looks like Aurora have got healthy enough, and V2 kind of a little bit split at the moment, and they're going to have to back up. Zidane might be caught off guard here.
Both of these teams are going to be ever so close to 50, but probably not enough to be able to get onto 50 just because of the only available placement points from getting first and only 3 from KP. But they are going to put themselves within touching distance of it. What's going to be important here is to try and stop the points being gained from the other team by solidifying this victory. Now, V2 are arguably on the low ground here, but Ranches is trying to make a flank round. If he gets spotted out, this could be terrible for Aurora.
I mean, the problem for Aurora is
Does
they
get
just don't
spotted.
have zone. Zone's forcing them in. Cleve and Sunset have got to do something magical. Only 21 bullets in the RE45. I thought it might be the difference maker. He can't even get one as the bat is popped just in time. Cleve, you've got some work to do. You're a hell of a player, but it's not going to be enough to see you through this situation. V2 with the win here on Storm Point.
And it's going to be about 2 points off getting to match point, so it's going to be agonizingly close for V2, but that being said,
Tori at the moment, he hasn't got a huge amount of ammo to work with in that Nemesis.
and remember, Pioneers took this position right at the start of the game. After they dropped Mill, they moved very quickly under the bridge, and they still find themselves in residence with only 5 squads left. Eternal are very much struggling on the cliff edge at the moment, but the team above them can't really take the angle to peak because of where GG are. Speaking of, KCP versus GG finally happens, and KCP will win it. GG go down in 5th position, but the Pioneers now get pushed because they are weak. They get some shield swaps, but will it be enough?
Nasky looking for another shield swap. He's got a knockdown shield maybe to do something, but he's not going to be able to do enough. Peacekeeper for Sadell. Can you clutch around the knockdown shields? 105 isn't going to be enough. Pioneers are eliminated as Foot Esports see the opportunity to take the space away.
Huge game for Foot as well. They were down in 18th, but pushed themselves up into 15th. There's Eternal still alive, but Danish arguably in the best position of the game right now. They are the healthiest 3, and they might be able to put a victory on the board here.
Only problem is, yeah, it's a Kraber. Yeah, you got 3 shots, but there's no light ammo. Finally, a teammate drops a little bit to Bavis here. 1 shot with a Kraber, and all of a sudden, this is game over. As for Esports, just try and play this one slow. Look at this position from Bambino. Great job, by the way, from the observers. He's just waiting for any damage to come in. Noth's going to check his corners. A little bit of a surprise for him, but Eternal will be eliminated. We're now down to 2.
And none of these teams are going to be able to get onto match point, but this, of course, can send you up those leaderboards and give you that chance of getting to LAN if someone wins on match point. Foot have to fight from the low ground here. Danish should have this game. We'd have to see something very creative and expensive in terms of utility from Foot.
Noth's got to hit a few more shots. Lifing goes down, though. Noth trying to peek, trying to prod, but it's looking like it's going to be a Danish win here. They convert in match number 6 into a W. Danish will take the win, but a couple more teams joining Vexed in that game down on that match point.
Pioneers and V2 will be on match point for match number...
Such a good spot right now. 7 squads left, and we still have Vex and KCP alive. Playing off the high ground, overlooking all the action happening over to the side is KCP. Vex Gaming not in the best position though right now. Currently see Unlucky fragging out as he has been all day today too. See Thermite also getting a knock in the feed here. J-Lings now taken out as 5 squads are left in the feed.
KCP have a 33% conversion rate from top 5 on World's Edge. Can they manage to do it when they're on match point? When their backs are truly against the wall here to try and take it at their first attempt. Remember though, it's Vexed's 3rd attempt here. Unlucky is so low at the moment as Vexed are being pressured from all the angles, but the bubble is down and the composition is working, but one will fall, but the revive can happen because of the bubble unless someone decides they want to be brave here.
This is actually insane. 2R1C Alliance, KCP, Horizon Union, Vex Gaming fighting for their lives with 2 of these teams in the lobby already at match point. Caddiswall going all the way up. You're shooting into the oblivion that is on the inside of that building. Having to dance around and LOS the other squad here. Nasky has to restabilize. Vex Gaming able to get the res on the other side. I love these side-by-side comparisons that we currently see with 2 different positionings from a match point squads trying to fight inside the next circle.
2 different positions, 2 different stories, 2 different compositions as the chunk comes through and they're into the top 4, but now Vexed are just a 1. It's Matafi on his own, but can he get the res as KCP are also taking their fight, but they've lost one as well. 3 squads now remaining. Are we going to see either of our match point teams win, or could it be someone else as Pioneers now are still alive, but they're in a 3 versus 3. Can they get the job done against 2R1C?
Oh, Serdell is literally 1-2-R1C have the health advantage right now. They just literally need to tap Zane and Serdell. They go for the shield swap. Serdell incredibly low. Nasky as well, literally 1 shot. 2R1C on the other side, and with the health advantage, they take game number 7. We are moving on to game number 8. I'm here for it. All Apex, all day, every day. 2
of our match point teams get into the top 3 with a very different...
Who's been having such an amazing day so far, playing off the lips of the natural landscape that they have to work with. J-Ling's taking it off angle. They have to be careful. No squad wants to fully send it because then they'll be in a beautiful line of sight right now of a third who are sitting in the middle.
V2 have got the game in their hands right now. It's all about patience. It's all about hitting the shots when you have to. Joke trying to make a play as well, you can see. Had a little look inside, see if he can get some damage down. But if you're armor checking everyone on the map right now, then V2 are in the best position to close this out. Jailings will have to move. The zone will close behind them. They will have to leave that high ground. But can they survive long enough to put us onto yet another game of Apex Legends to send us back to Storm Point? Well, we'll have to go once again.
8 games doesn't seem like enough out here, but V2 are looking to close out this chapter. Now the grenade pick off of Josh here. Get that knock. They're not going to try to fully send it in. They have to be careful right now with the fuse. Oh, yeah, they're right in the middle of it. They need to reposition. That cleared up so much space.
Cleared a lot of space for them. The catwalk's gone down as well. They've cut the zone in half once more. Joke is worried, though. Joke gets the bow off, though, and that's going to be massive for them. Now they make the play call. They want to try and see if they can take out Jailings. They're going to try and mirror them right now, Vicky.
This is so smart from them here, too, because with the catwall right behind them, they're getting out of the line of sight of the squad that is a Therno inside of the middle. Oh, but they lose on a Hitan. That's huge. They're out in the open. Joke is one. You see the shield swap, but is it enough now? Because now they're just sitting ducks on the high ground. We may see another game 9.
Yolo goes down and V2 are eliminated, and Therno survive. Jailing survive. And we're going to have another game of Apex Legends, everybody. We love a little bit of match point here. And with that, Eternal hold the tracks. They hold the dub. They will be your champions here in match number 8. But for the second game in a row, we have a team involved in our endgame who did everything possible to win it. But
The team with the highest conversion rate from top 5s that's left in this lobby is 2R1C. Throughout this regular season, they've been incredible. As now VEXED are having a little scrap here, and VEXED will take a lot of damage, but they were at least able to give as good as they got there.
VEXED have to escape. They have to make the play. That's the problem here for them. The zone is forcing them to make these plays. Eternal taking damage, though. They are taking a couple of knocks down to 2R1C. Eternal will be eliminated. Matafe will go down here. VEXED have to pull something out of the bag. Unlucky, who's been phenomenal so far today, escapes with his life. But is anyone in position here to pick up the kill? VEXED survive.
So many teams are losing players right now. I think Alliance are at 2, KCP are at 1, Aurora are at 2. Suddenly, this is still winnable for Aurora. Pioneers get eliminated. 4 squads remaining. We have a lot of weak teams. There's only 9 players left. Are we going to be able to see Aurora do the unthinkable as 2R1C lose one as well?
Aurora are making plays as a duo. Play after play, but now they have to leave. But the fact that there's teams weak in and around them will certainly make it more interesting. Down to 3 squads. VEXED Gaming are eliminated as well. And Aurora, from absolutely nowhere, have a chance here.
Alliance are still at 2. 2R1C have the high ground, though, and 2R1C may be in a position to win this entire thing if they can be the last team to enter the fight.
Cleve gets the armor swap. Cleve picks up another kill. 2R1C taking damage. Aurora, somehow or other, still in this. Alliance also still in this. And healthy, most importantly. And they control the zone here, Dan. It's looking like Alliance might be able to do something. 2R1C, they get taken down. Alliance, who are top coming into today, are your champions of the regional finals. And what a performance that was from Alliance. It was masterful, Apex Legends.
In what was an insane last circle where it was 2s, it was 1s, no one was full 3, no one was healthy, but Alliance, they held on, and again, Newcastle.
Well, we might see a little bit of a TSM versus XSET showdown. Looks like TSM going to take the high ground above their opponents. Furia also raining some shots down. They have to be careful to deny the LOSs from FaZe, but FaZe aren't interested in looking at this for now. They're more worried about the high ground.
By the way, when TSM get to top 3 on Storm Point, they have a 100% win rate. They are a team who knows what to do when it gets to top 3. On the flip side, for a team like XSET, when they get to top 3, it's only a 50% win rate. So that does show just how good TSM have been on Storm Point. It's the same for Split 1. Remember at playoffs, we were like, oh, they've got an incredible record when they get into the top 5, into the top 3. Storm Point, they just seem to know how to navigate these final circles.
Smile on my face, seeing Pathfinder back in compositions. And Fun certainly looking to use that grapple. Maybe if a little bit of initial damage is done, he can send it onto the likes of Verholst. But for now, FaZe, they're under duress. They're trapped in a black hole at the moment, but Furia will be eliminated. Snipe Down didn't really have too much to do in that fight because his teammates had already done the damage. But now we find ourselves down to our final 3. XSET, TSM, and FaZe.
FaZe haven't won a Storm Point game this season so far. This would be a great achievement for them to just prove that they can do it on either map for me going into not just regional finals, but also what happens afterwards as TSM take down XSET.
TSM take down XSET, but that's just opened the door here for FaZe to move in. Can't afford to make a mistake. They won't make a mistake. There's one player to deal with. Snipe down POV usually means a win. And FaZe, who have been slow in recent weeks, save it for the big day of regional finals.
Well, FaZe get their first win on Storm Point, and TSM lose their 100 side. So at least XSET are away from the majority of the commotion, and they should just be able to watch what happens on the other side of the map and then clean everything up. There's 100 Thieves. They're doing some damage, but they have to be careful. You can't push your advantage here. There's too many teams in that nut.
Oh, there we go. Lanimals now getting involved. You're going to find RKN. C-State not even going to find Keon here too. Alberlele cleaning up what is left. Lanimals having a great game. 7 KP to their name while Alberlele's going crazy on this KB, putting down that dome, tossing out the thermite, controlling some of that extra space. We also saw earlier that Sentinels was still able to get their third back up with RKN's crypto drone too. Playing around the knockdown shield as they take care of Keon, is able to also get the shields off just in case. But a huge fight coming out on top for Lanimals, but it's not over yet with 100 Thieves right next to them.
Well, I can guarantee you one thing. This is going to be an XSET win. There's no way they throw this away, and that's not even going to be a caster curse because all the other teams are going to have to fight their way. Sheila now comes down, even with a Dark Veil there. You can just spray on through. As soon as you get the tick damage, as soon as you get that hit marker, things are going to be so difficult for any team that's trying to make that rotation, as now XSET will start to shred through. Lanimals go down. It's XSET. It's 100 Thieves. Let's see who wins this one.
Oh, this isn't Rio. Say hello to my little friend. Nocturnal puts the Sheila down just for real quick as he has the Nemesis out. Puts down another deployable barrier here. Burns right through Onmu here. And with the 100 Thieves being the other squad that XSET has to face off against, they're at a number disadvantage. XSET's going to try to fully send it. And they take game number 2 here on Storm Point.
I was that confident XSET were going to win. I almost said I would shave my head. That's something I did once, and I got it wrong. And I said I'd never do it again. But honestly, there was no way XSET were going to be able to throw that one away. They had that position.
From a horrible looking position, have made it work.
And they've made it work onto match point as well. They hit the 50 mark, and that is incredible. After 3 matches, we will have a squad who can maybe try and do what Fnatic did just a couple of days ago and do it in 4. But now it's just trying to carry on this warpath. Can they win this game and go back to back and show us what they are made of and why they are the best team in the region right now?
XSET looking for a little bit of loot. Nocturnal has to be careful. Time to pop a shield battery, but only because of the LOSs that have been denied on the other teams around them. Wildcard and E8, the other 2 teams who are at the dance. But you just feel like XSET have done enough to command the space that they need here. XSET will control the zone. Wildcard and E8, they wall each other off and they want to take the fight, but now you've got the intersecting walls, so both teams are going to buy some time at least.
I mean, those walls are just perfect, though, for XSET because it just blocks off all of the vision of 3 teams, and now XSET can take even more space. That listening was perfect, the passion that we heard as well, but the most important thing I heard was let's calm it down, let's just make sure we heal up. Wildcard have lost 2, and XSET now can start to look at taking the fight against E8.
Yeah, you got to walk through this wall. The wall will fall pretty soon as well. The Zero is down, but do XSET have the info? The fuse ult is going to go down. That's going to cause even more problems. And now it's just about finishing the job, finishing the story here for XSET. They're on match point already, but what a way to put a punctuation on it with a win. Nocturnal goes in. There's the riot drill. It's all about KP. It's all about the W, and XSET will pick it up here.
What an unbelievable game that was from XSET, right from the push to the Northern Beacon building, taking down LG, staying alive, getting...
He can be impactful once he gets back to his feet, but how NRG survived that, I don't know. Quite simply, can't give you an answer right now.
Or even CLG. How is Nano alive between NRG and DARKZERO right now, playing off that low ground? They're trying to call him out here. Sweet having to back away just in time because he's in the line of sight of, I believe, DARKZERO. But denying this space from this team means that they won't get pinched, and FaZe is just going to inch their way forward, taking control over that extra space that NRG wanted to clear.
DARKZERO should be dead pretty soon, you would imagine. Zero and Zainu, I mean, they sound pretty similar, but the result is going to be the same in a few moments' time, you would imagine. As the lava will certainly give them a problem. Nano will pick up one off the Gemba, and somehow Nano's still doing things. How is this lobby playing out like this?
think he got him when he already knocked him, and then they took care of Nano earlier on with 3 squads left. You got DARKZERO, NRG, FaZe alive in this lobby as the last 3 squads alive. This is insane here as NRG were able to restabilize. What can Sweet do with the Kraber RE45 in his hands?
Kraber shot to qualify for LAN. It could be that simple for NRG. 1 headshot, 1 body shot. Any damage that can be converted here for NRG might book their tickets to London. DARKZERO still alive, trying to move up now onto NRG's position. Zero going to send it with the Digi-Thread. Zainu taken down to barely any shields, but here comes DZ. DZ causing problems. Zainu might be able to get the battery up, but DARKZERO eliminated. FaZe will move in to clean up the final pieces. NRG should go down in this fight, but FaZe, they will be the champions. They will win this game, but what a wild game. A wild game of Apex Legends that was.
And huge for FaZe to take another dub after game 4. They took game number 1 with 3 KP, and now they take...
Are in a position where this zone's coming towards them, and LG and Sen may be forced to fight. If they can bide their time, if they can be patient and wait out Shubi here, there's still a chance DARKZERO could even win this game from this position.
I mean, that's disappointing from WC. You know, wildcard, 3v2. Yeah, Zainu and Zero. I mean, it feels like sometimes it's a 4v2 in those situations. But you got to do a little bit better in that position.
No.
But now Shubi has a little bit of revenge. Takes down 1. Zero's going to jump into the zone, but he's going to take some damage on his way as well. Wildcard will be eliminated. Zero, there's got to be careful from the line of sight because that Kraber could still impact this lobby.
DARKZERO 4 points away from getting onto match point. They just hope now, they pray that LG and Sen will take the fight, but with where the circle's going and the building that currently they hold, they might have to show themselves before that fight were completed, and as a 2, they may be targeted as well. If LG and Sen have been paying attention to the kill feed and keeping an eye on those number trackers, they might know that it's also a 2 that's going to be across the way, but we'll have to see what DARKZERO do and how they play this one.
Sentinel's going to have to leave this height in a few seconds. They're desperate to land a few bullets and do some damage. Zainu and Zero are going to move out with that position. I don't know how they've done it, but that play from Zainu is a pivotal moment in this game. And it might be a pivotal moment in the series. Like you say, DARKZERO could be a team who are close enough to cause problems. EMP, this is the push now from Sentinels. They're throwing everything at LG.
And this could be perfect for DARKZERO as well. How often have we said DARKZERO a match point team? Well, the fight's happening between the 2 threes, and DARKZERO, if they play this right, could find a victory.
Zanile gets an armor swab. Kraber not going to connect, and I tell you what, RKN left on his own. But where's DARKZERO? They're surely coming in to clean up these pieces. Sentinels eliminated. Zero and Zainu as a duo might put DARKZERO into a position to challenge for the champs. They do it as a duo. But the one moment from Zainu is one we'll remember for quite some time.
It was the fact that Zero was batting up, and he said, Zainu, I need you to cover me, and boy, did he cover him.
No. We just need to clear our space. South is going to rapid kill us.
They have a knock over there.
No, they're splitting. It's 2 solos.
Okay.
South is getting farmed right now.
I'm very low on ammo.
Okay.
Solo under me, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Or duo.
I'm holding over here with knock. Oh, I still have 3 bats and 9 cells.
So we jump out of the comms back into the gameplay here, Dan. XSET are in the top 5. They're on match point, and fun on the Pathfinder is giving us an exhibition of what this legend offers.
Before we jumped into that lesson, by the way, FaZe were eliminated. They didn't get to match point. The team that's closest to getting there, though, would be E8, who are still alive. They are 2 points away, and I said they need to win on match point. They might get the chance if XSET do not win, but with how XSET are playing, 4 squads remaining, they are doing the unthinkable, pushing through that choke, staying alive, and also the Pathfinder has come in so much handy here. It has been incredible, and now Sheila also doing God's work.
Are you a Path or you're a Sheila, whoever it is, XSET know how to make it work. Nocturno up on that high ground has to drop down and retreat to his teammates. The catwall's going to go down as well, and Fun has to desperately try and escape, which he will do. Gets the armor swap as well, but E8 want to push onto XSET, and that might leave the door open now for another game of Apex Legends, because NRG are on the other side of this Sykes, trying to keep the dream alive. XSET are out. Meat Lovers are out as well. NRG move in on E8 to clean up this piece, and this might be the game this time that could be the kind kind of security game for NRG when it comes to LAN.
But not just that, if NRG win this, they'd also be on match point alongside EA and DARKZERO and XSET. And with how they're fragging at the moment, you'd expect it to happen. The final player goes down, NRG on match point. And it looks like they want to make a real play for LAN.
It doesn't matter how you get it done or when you get it done. As long as you get the job done, nobody will care. As long as
but they've had all of the shield swaps available. NRG are making this difficult for anyone who wants to try and take this position off of them. And the fact that they've got the rampart as well, they're able to fortify this little RV truck, and they've made it so tough for TSM. But now here comes the utility. Now here comes the nades. Nathan will fall, and surely this is the demise of NRG. It was a valiant effort, but Sweet on his own to try and keep this alive for NRG. But TSM will start to march on in.
Sweet telling everybody, mind your own business. NRG, the last team on match point alive, and it's just Sweet with a dream. He's getting beamed from behind. Doesn't look like that dream is going to be lasting any longer. He's literally in the line of sight of 3 squads. They clean him up. NRG out of the lobby. TSM have taken control over their truck, and Sentinels now, after taking care of Lanimals, are making the rotation into the middle of the circle.
Well, NRG saw their chance in the RV, but it was quickly ripped away from them from the entire lobby, and that means we're guaranteed a match 8. North America said, well, EMEA went to 9. Hold my drink. We'll do exactly the same. We'll try and get there as well. TSM are closing in on match point. They only need 3 more points, whether that be from kills or placement. But it's not the easiest position because they're being targeted by both Complexity and Sentinels right now. Optic also in a fine spot because they've used the Dark Veil to at least stop any sort of coverage from Complexity above them. Exhibit starting to come down. Sentinels get sent on as well. And now this is the engagement that Sentinels have to win.
Oh, but in the process, Optic did put up that catwall so the way to try to push in here to block their line of sight, but they lost out on dropped in the initial push here. Sentinels only down to 1 member, that's Zen. You currently see TSM now trying to wrap around, trying to clean up that one last straggler, but if they do that, they're going to be in the line of sight of Complexity here, who also want to engage. Last 3 squads up alive here.
TSM are on to match point. They achieve it. They're into the top 2, but it's going to be Complexity that should take the plaudits here, but TSM have done crazier things, but it's not going to happen. Complexity also put themselves on match point. We now have 6 teams going into match 8, and Complexity said, we don't want to sit out on LAN once more. We want to make sure we're there. They put themselves in the best chance to do so.
And they needed it too. I was looking at Monsoon's tweets, the way that he was...
Unfortunate circumstances for NRG. They will be eliminated. DARKZERO are still alive here with 4 squads remaining. This could be it, Vicky. This could be it, everybody. DARKZERO have control of the high ground and market.
And they are uncontested in this corner right now. Lanimal staring at them from across the fence line on the other side. Oxygen in the other corner for this final fight. Meanwhile, Phony is somehow still alive and unseen in between the trucks. That Zero's about to look at him right now from underneath the wall. But this is get Grifter. He has to reset.
Lanimal's eliminated as well. DARKZERO's job just got even easier. Oxygen stood across from them though. Phony still alive, and does he know this is DARKZERO? If he does, then maybe he can still influence this lobby here for FaZe. He needs to do damage to them. If FaZe want a chance at winning the regional finals, then he needs to damage DARKZERO on this cross.
Well, let's see what Phony's going to be able to do here. Now that DARKZERO is going to be able to try to take this fight against Oxygen, Phony needs to time this amazingly right now. Oh, he gets sent down in 3rd place. 2 squads now left. Oxygen versus DARKZERO.
DARKZERO are going to do it. DARKZERO are going to win it again. The match point specialist surely see this one out, and they do. The regional champions of North America are DARKZERO.